Stella here, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to do a little photo album, as I've been doing lately, and I'm using this Peri and Peach that I got from Spotlight. It looked great, but when you come to actually, I'm not that enamoured, but we'll just have a look through. We got some tags, and that's just dots. Sometimes, look at that one, that's kind of a periwinkle blue. I'm assuming the peri means the periwinkle. That was with gold. That is so gorgeous. Not enamoured of that. This one's okay, kind of a periwinkle scallops. That, meh. I've just seen something like this recently with Shelley. Something very similar to that. And then we've got clouds. And this is just a disappointment. That is just rubbish. But I would use the clouds as a background. This is okay for background. But look at that beautiful flowers and gold emboss. Two of each, I think. And this, not enamoured with that at all. That's not too bad. Love that. Love that. And the back, meh. And little periwinkle dots. That's good because it's a gold foil. I would use that. More cloudy things. That's nice. So we got some polka dots, and oh, that's beautiful. I like that. So I use the polka dots as well. This doesn't do anything for me. Neither does that. Maybe for backgrounds when I can put another mat over it. Kind of a yucky stripe. Not. Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably use it. And we've got all these. So I'll probably use one of these and one of them. Okay, this is gross. I don't know that I would use any of them. That I don't like, but I love the back. Love the back. More clouds. Honestly, I really think some of these designers, when they run out of ideas, they just put clouds in. And that's awful. That's awful. That's awful. But the back is nice. That is nice. That's not bad. I like that. The periwinkle blue. Not keen on that. More clouds. And some more sayings. So, not especially enamoured of it, but I'm going to use it as other people may like them. So I've already started and I've done a few things. So what I'm using here is a cereal box. I cut 4 pieces at 5.5 by 7.5, and I've stuck 2 pieces together. So I've got 2 pieces that's a little bit thicker, which is good. Okay, and then my front cover and my back cover are 7 inches by 9 inches. Put that aside for a moment. I've got my 7 inches by 9, and I'm going to just use some tape. Okay, I've lost a tool. normal for me. I've got a silver hair from my head floating around. Oops. I'm just going to put 4 strips across here of 1/2 inch tape. Pick up my little pokey tool and some glue. Okay, my glue is art glitter. I love that. I don't use anything else. Okay, let's take off this tape backing. I'm sure everybody knows how to do this already, so sorry for the repetitive videos. Okay, I'm going to put just a little bit of glue there, and across the bottom there. Center that as best I can. Flip it over and burnish it. Okay, I've got another burnishing tool here, which I like to use. Heavens above, I'll put it away. That's unusual. Okay, I'm just training the paper. Going to fold over, whoops, to the back. This really does help. You just gently tell the paper where you want it to go. And just gently bend it. And do bend the outer pieces as well. Okay. Now I'm going to cut away my corners, leaving 1/8 of an inch from the point. If you've seen all this bit before, you can you just fast forward me. I don't mind. Okay, now we are going to put some tape on the outside there, just from there to there. Doesn't have to be straight or even. I do like to add glue, just a bit. And just tuck that little bit in there and tuck it under here as well. Go to the other long side. And pop a bit of glue there. get another fine point from my glue thing. Look how beautiful that worked out. Glue, because I haven't got any glue on here, I haven't got any tape on there, so you've got to hit the corners. Okay, that's our front and our back. Put that aside. Now let's do the spine. My spine is 1 7/8 by 7.5. 7.5, yep. And a cover is 5 inches by 8 1/4. So I'm just going to use glue for this piece. And we're a bit sloppy there still. Okay, match up sides and the long piece. I just eyeballed it, which could be a good or a bad thing. Okay, these are going to be folded down. Fold it like that for the moment. That's not where they're going to go, but we want to manipulate the paper, the cardstock. Okay. And then we're going to do this. Gently but strong. Okay, so now we are going to cut away this. Probably better when you see the crease on the top. Okay, that goes down. And we'll just pop a little bit of glue. If you find that you need to snip off a little wedge, do so. This doesn't seem to need it. It's hard to see. Let's make sure it fits. Good fit. Now this is the outside. Oh look, I've got some, how did that happen? I've got some strings of glue. I thought that wasn't supposed to happen with this glue. Well, not to worry too much because it's going to be covered with the mat. Okay, now let's grab, I'm finding the same thing on here. Okay, now that's where we're going to be putting it. So this has got the leaves on either side. Okay, I might use tape and glue for this. I'm just going to put this tape like 1/8 of an inch away from the fold there. Let's take that off. Okay, now with a thin line of glue on that 1/8 of an inch piece there, and then around here. I'm trying to get this to come out in just a thin stream, but okay, and here just a little bit, whoops, of extra glue. Okay, that's a bit much there. Butt it up against that as best you can, making sure your top and bottom are level. Flip it over and give it a really good burnish. And you'll see what a brilliant fold that is. Okay, the next one, I'm going to do it the same way. Add a bit of tape, just 1/8 of an inch away. Okay, glue. Up to there. Oh shoot, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Stella? Okay, we're going to take all this glue off. You see what I've done? You can't help but see what I've done, surely. Okay. I'll put it on the spine instead of the flap. silly girl, silly girl. So don't do that. Flap. Can't believe I didn't see that. I think my mind was on how damn cold it is. Come on. Sorry. Get our other piece. Just put another little bit of glue up there, just on the edge, just a thin line if you can make it. Okay, now we'll butt this one. Turn it over and really burnish that well. And that's our hinge. So now we are going to for the covers I've used 300. No. What did I use? Sorry, I used 200 GSM for the covers. For the pages, I'm using 300 GSM. So I want them really strong. And then for all the pieces of the pages, I'm using 200 GSM. So, okay, we need a piece of 200 GSM. And we are going to cover. We'll probably have to join two pieces together. And you know, I hate doing that. I really don't like doing that. Let me just think on something for a minute. I'm thinking. I've got some 176 GSM, which I think that one might be a better size. This is a 12. It's 12 inches, so that will cover I'd still have to add a bit. I would still have to add a bit. And I know it's all going to be covered in pretty paper, but I do want this all covered. So I'm using the 12, and I'm measuring 1/16 from the top, and I'm going to cut it 1/16 from the bottom. So I'm going to cut it there. So do your own measurements, as always. Okay, this looks like it is going to be 7, almost 7.5, but not quite. So cut it there anyway, and we'll see how we go. Okay, 7.5. Our book length is 7.5, so we probably don't need to. Oh. No, that's good. We'll do that. That is good. Good. Okay, let's just place it. 16th. Is that a 16th up there? 16th. Bring that down a bit. 16th and a 16th. Looks good. Okay, I'm just going to put a score. Whoops. Put a score in one of those. I will do both of them. Just put a light score in there. Okay, that's my score, so I'm going to turn it up. Now I am going to use thicker tape. I'm going to use 3/4 inch tape, and we are going to start here at the side. Now if you have sheets of double-sided adhesive, go for it. That would be so much easier and probably less expensive. Now speaking of sheets of double-sided and expense, I've got a Xyron sticky thing machine, and the new cartridges almost cost as much as the machine. I mean, they're $108 now, Australian, for a new cartridge for the permanent adhesive. That's for the 9-inch one, which is the one I use mostly. So I'm not sure which is more economical. Using these tapes, I think this one costs about $12. $12 to $14 for the 3/4 inch. I've moaned before about the prices in Australia. They are just shocking. Everything's more expensive. When I first bought my Xyron, I bought it through Amazon.com. It was cheaper buying it from America, even with postage and exchange rate, than it was buying it in Australia. But our dollar is not good at the moment, so compared to the US one. Okay, let's try and get that bubble out. Okay, now I have to cut off any bits that are on the edge. There's not much, but a couple. There's a few here. Okay. I'm going to start at one side. So I'll take off just one for now. And just make sure that we are straight, because when I put it down, that's the way it's going to go. Okay, that looks pretty straight to me. That looks pretty straight. Okay, so let's take off a few more. Oops. Take off one. Two. Three. We're still going straight. Beautiful. As long as that first one is straight, the rest should follow on. But do check. So 3. I'm going to do the 4. That'll take us over that. Now that doesn't have to fold all the way down, it just has to go up and over. Brilliant. And we're still straight. One, two, three. Now we can take all our tape backing off. And away we go. Okay. That's that. Bin's getting full. Right, now we are going to add our pages. These pages measure. Just put you up there so I can see you. Seven and a quarter by 5 3/4. Let me just double check. That's 5 3/4 by 7 1/4. So we only have 3. That's all we need. This first one has to butt up against that and make sure we are, I would say we're 1/8 of an inch either side. So am I going to use tape or glue? I think I'll use glue. I wish I had a 3/8 of an inch tape, but I can't find it in Australia. 1/8 of an inch. Just take it a fraction this side of the crease there, a fraction. Doesn't affect it. We are good. We are good. These are what I call a base page. We build onto each page. Okay, page number 2. And I learnt this method from Shelley Geigel. If you haven't seen Shelley, do go and have a look. She's brilliant. Okay, this is going to go, I'm going to butt up against that and just hold it there while we make sure that our pages are straight. And that's straight as I'm going to get it. Any straighter it would be crooked. Okay, same thing here. Butt it up against that one. And I'm just holding it there while I make sure the page is, that looks good. And burnish that really well. Whoops. Yeah, we've got to cover that. It's still a bit sticky. So there's our base album. Okay, now let's do page, new marker. There's page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So with only 3 base pages in here, we end up with 8 interactive pages. That is so cool. Right, now page 1. I'm actually going to, not sure if I'm going to cover this or not. Depends on the size of my page. Okay, what I've got is I'm using 200 GSM. The first page is 11 by 7 1/8. And I've scored at 1 7/8, 2 inches, 7 1/8, and 7 1/4. And then that gives you that little gully there, which will take up space. So I don't need to put the paper on here, but I am going to, because my paper is short from the edge there, so I'm going to cover that. But in the meantime, let's do this first. So we've got that first piece, that's our page there. Now we've got a bottom flap that's going like that, and that is 5 inches across by 6 inches down, and score it on the 6-inch side at 1/2 inch, and that is going to go on top in between the second scoring line here and the first scoring line on the other side. So that is going to go there. So let's just put some glue. My little dog is very vocal today. Okay, let's place it right between those. And make sure that you can fold that over. Make sure that that can fold over. So that makes it central. Okay, now for the top flap, you don't have to do this. I just thought it'd be something different, something nice. So I cut that out with my scissors and trimmed it to suit. So the page, the top flap is 3.5 by 5 inches, and score down the 3.5 inch at half an inch. And this little piece, just do what you want to do. Anything you want to do it on that. You don't have to have that. But I'm going to use some tape here because there's a difference in size from this side to there and there to there, but that is straight. So and I'm placing that underneath this flap. So with that fold up, we're going to put 1/2 inch tape across. And I am just going to run my pencil across there very lightly. Give me a point of reference. Take the backing off. I'm going to add a smidge of glue because I like security. Okay, make sure my right side is facing down, and then I'm going to put this just covering that pencil line, just covering so that it's straight. And then we are going to glue this flap to the top here, and make sure it is going to be level with that one. And I think that looks pretty good. That's the best I'm going to get it. We're not really going for perfection here. Well, we should, but yeah, we're going for whatever the paper will do for us. Okay, I'm real happy with that. So let's get some matting happening. Okay, that's basically all there is to the first page. So let's do some matting, let's do some measuring. Unless I've written it down, I don't think so. Or it might be too easy. Okay, looking for my my ruler. Come on, buddy. Oh, there you are. Okay, our mat, we're going to go with a 1/16 of an inch. So what we need is just a fraction below 7 inches. So we'll go the length as 6 15/16, and the width in the insides, from the inside score lines, got that 1/16 of an inch there and a 1/16 of an inch here, so that will be 5 inches. 5, actually, my rubber is dirty. We'll go 4 15/16. We'll see how that works. Okay. I am going to put a border thinking this one first. No, that one's going to be second. So our first one, I'm thinking that one. Okay, let's just cut that selvage off. Just cut that. I can see it there. That's it. Okay, I think I'm going to go that way, and then I'm going to put that inside. Like that. Okay, so what measurements did I say it was? 4 15/16. So that's the width, 4 15/16. And you'll find that notch is between your 4 7/8 and your 5. That's that notch right in there. By 6 15/16. Now this one's a bit difficult because it doesn't have the divisions. I think that's it. Yeah, looks pretty good. So the mat for this one, let me take off that selvage first. Get rid of that. So this mat is 4 15/16. So we are going with 4 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. That gives us a nice edging. We'll go 4.5. And the other one is 6 15/16, so we go 6.5. going to do with this one, I'm going to round off the corners. Oh, what are you dropping? Glue. Okay, what should we give them? 10mm, 4mm, or 7? I think I'll go 7 for this. That's nice. 7. I love it. So we're going to use some tape and glue. Whoops. Uh-oh. Straight is not always straight with me. What is that? Okay, some around the edge. Make sure we put it up the right way. And that looks pretty good. Okay, and this one is going to go in there. And again, we'll use tape and glue. Oops. Okay, that's a top. Make sure our writing is the right orientation. And that is inside. Those score lines. Okay, brilliant. Okay, I'm thinking I might do these the same paper. Let's have a look, see what we got. Actually, how long is that? That is 6 and 5/8. 6 and 5/8. How long is that? I'm thinking about one of those. So let's take this out for now. I might use this. So, for this one, I need 7 inches. I'm marking those 16th of an inch either side. So this one will go to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 sixteenths. So that is 1 and 15 sixteenths. That's what I want. And which way do I want it? Let's go that way. Take that selvage off. Okay, what did I say? 1 and 15 sixteenths. 1 and... No, that's wrong. I'll remove that again. One and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 13. 13. 1 and 13 sixteenths. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 13. Okay, let's just double check that one is. That one's pretty good. By, what did I say, 7 inches. Keep all our scraps in our reserve pile. Okay, I'm putting that in there, and I am just going to use tape for this one. I mean, glue. No magnets on this piece, so we're good to go. Great. I'm just cutting out one of these nice seams, which I think will look really nice on that flap there. I think I will use my cutter to do this. I'm taking the top one, make something beautiful. Let's go. That looks right. Make something beautiful. And let's round off some corners here. We'll give it a 4mm. Make something beautiful. Could be a quilt, could be a baby. Okay, I'm going to go for that one again. Now this one is going to measure 7 inches. 7 by, bit bigger than that one. 7 inches by 3 5/8. And we're going the same orientation. So we've got 3 5/8. 3 5/8. That's it. By 7. Just make sure we've cut it correctly, and that's perfect. And these ones go in on this side. I'm not having magnets here. I will put just a little bit of tape on this one. It's a bit wider. is 5 and 2, 4, 6, 7. 5 and 7/16 by 2, 4, 6. Are you sure? Oh yeah. 5 and 7/16, the length of it, so this must be a bit shorter. Aha, 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 7/8. 4 and 7/8. Okay, let's pick something pretty. Okay, we've got some gold foil here, so I'm not going to use any gold foil on this piece. It's really not a lot that I like, you know, in this pack. So just bite the bullet and just use whatever looks good. Alright, let's just take that selvage away. Okay, this is not really directional, is it? Maybe that's a little bit. Okay, up and down. 5 and 7/16. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/16. By 4 and 7/8. 4 and 7/8. Does that look right to you? No, it doesn't look right to me. But it is. No, it's not that way. Make sure that folds up all right. It's hard to see sometimes. I'm just not 100% sure about this one, that it's straight. I think it needed that hair off it. Well, I think I might do the same on this one. So, go back to measuring. Four and 7/8 by. Okay, now this one's going to be cut around like that. But I am going to take it up to here. take it up to there to give me room. So that is going to be 3 and we'll go 3 and 5/8. 3 and 5/8, I think. 3 and 5/8. Let's try that. I'm 4 and 7/8 wide, so width is that way. 4 and 7/8. Yep. That in my reserve pile, and that is 3 and 5/8. 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, this is not working. Well, I don't know how to do that. I get the piece. There we go. That'll be it. It's got to be an easier way than this, so I'm just going to make a little mark on that. A little mark there. Okay. I'm going to take this, place those marks. That mark, and they're not the same. Sorry about this. Okay, that's that one. This one should be in a bit. Should be there. That's better. So do all your own measuring. You don't have to, if you haven't done all this fancy cut work, you don't have to do this. So we're just going to run a pencil through that. Oops. And then we're going to cut just inside that line. I should have done it on the other side. Nope, I don't like that at all. It's just not right. It is just not right. So, I'm going to play around with this a bit. And we're just going to put that one onto there. I'm just going to measure up 3 inches. Oh, what was that? 4 and 7/8. Okay, let's go 4 and 7/8 and 4 and 7/8. And 3 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to take this up to there, and we're leaving this white. That's the easiest way for me to do it. That's directional, so we are up, face, oops, a bit more there than we should have. That's it. Okay, and we're going to cover this the same, and look, we're just a little bit off here. So let me just trim that. It's just a hair. Probably wouldn't notice it, but I noticed it. Okay, we don't need magnet there, I don't think. We're going to have a closure here, so we're going to have a magnet there on the outside. Okay, we're cool. Okay, let's pick one for the outside. How big do we need it? No. 3 inches, I think. Oops, sorry. I'm knocking the place over. Okay. We want, 3 inches. No, none of those are going to work. I don't really have that much to play with. I really don't like most of the colours. Okay, for this one we need 3 by, it's probably the same measurement as that one, but I've forgotten what it is. 3 by. So just keep measuring, don't trust anything to the brain. 4 7/8. I don't trust anything to my brain. I don't think this is, oh yeah, that's directional, just a wee bit. I'll take that selvage off. Four and 7/8 wide, yep. And 3 inches. Directional that way. I'm actually beginning to question the quality of this glue. Not all batches are equal, I don't think. Okay, I think something really plain maybe that's going to come through there nicely. We look at something in the peach. Let's see what we've got. We've got that one. Oh, that's beautiful. That one. What's on the back of that? Ah. Don't have enough. Oh, hang about. We have a piece we just cut. And it's perfect there. So the length is, where are you, ruler? The length is 1/16, 5 and 3/8, 5 and 3/8, just a tad more than 5 and 3/8. Let's go that way. Go 5 and 1, 2, 3/8. We'll go a little bit more. And work it out from there. Looking for that one. So you can see the nice peach coming through there. I like that. Okay. Now we're going to the front. Let's do this one first. And this piece here we do not cover because that gets glued onto the actual page base. So measure to the first score line. Take off 1/16 of an inch, so we've got 3 5/8 by, it should be the same, by 7. Okay, so that's going to go like that. Then I'm going to search for some ephemera because I don't think there's much in here except for those. Oh, I might use one of them. Yeah, I'll use one of them. I think this one. Yeah. Get rid of our selvage first. Not quite sure if it's called a selvage in papercraft speak. It is in quilting and that's what I remember. So, okay, I don't think this is a bit directional. So we're going up, so the width is 3 5/8. 3 5/8. And 7. And I am going to use this on both sides. 7. Okay, that goes there. Beautiful. And I think I'm going to use the same, unless I've got this in a different colour. Let me just check. Let's see what I've got. That's the blue. And that's the pink. It's different, but I'm going to go with the pink. Get rid of our selvages. Okay, it's just directional. I don't really think so. So the measurement of this, 7 inches obviously, and 1 3/4. So we've got 1 3/4. By 7 inches. In our reserve pile. Okay, I'm going to place a magnet. A little bit of tape probably wouldn't hurt. The magnets I'm using are 10mm, I think, by 1mm, so they're quite thin. Hopefully they will work nicely. Okay, leave that there. Let's pop this on. This pack, I know it's 36 sheets, but it cost me $27, and I'm thinking I would have been better off buying a branded paper for that. Because it looks like I'm not going to be using most of these papers, or a good section of them anyway. Don't like them. $27. Right, so everything is covered. There, that goes like that. Okay, let's have a look for some ephemera. I'll just pause you for a sec. Okay, I cut out one of those sentiments and I'll put my magnet mate there. So that's going to go that way, and that's going to be the opening. So I am going to give it a frame. Let's go with 1/8 of an inch. I just thought I would try this by hand, see how we go. So far we're cool. Well then, okay, let's see about getting some rounded corners. I'll go 10mm for a nice big round. So that okay. Okay, I'm just getting a little confused here. As to where to put the magnet. Okay, if I put it there, shimmy that off. And not all magnets are the same. The thinner they are, the less strong they are, I think. Oh, why not straight? supposed to fall. There we go. That's page 1. So let's go over here, and we're going to put page 1. Centre it as best we can in there. So let's get the big tape. Just adds a little bit here and there. Oops. Okay, I am going to put a bit of glue. Okay, make sure we are upright, and that is that way. I'll just have to stand up and do this. Oh, shoot. I was going to put some paper on that, wasn't I? Oh well, never mind. Open it up and burnish well. You've got plenty of room for photos here, 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 here. Oops, that goes that way. Okay, that's page 1. Okay, I hope you'll come back for page 2. Thanks for being with me.